Hey everybody, got a few little things done. Actually, I've got a little bit done. A little bit or a few. Take your pick. It's 5 o'clock. Temperature is 62 degrees. Humidity is 25%. That's pretty low humidity. Anyways, I believe that I last left off showing y'all how to operate that stuff, and I've got a little work done on that, but if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll show it to you again. You can just skip through it. Added the ashtray there, and beside of it, the switches, or the holes for the big instruments that have switches that are for the engine analyzer. I know one of them has 6 positions where you can analyze one engine at a time, all 6 of the reciprocating engines. And there's a CRT indicator right there. So you switch it, and I guess it's a way to see what the engine's doing, some kind of a vibration detector, I don't know. Made by Bendix. I don't think I'll ever find a real one, so I don't want to get too detailed. I feel like I mentioned these where I have to paint them yellow. Oh well. Let's go back to what I haven't mentioned yet. This guy over here. This is yet another attempt to try to make this. I got this end right, which is flat and semi-horizontal, angled. And I got this end, which is vertical and round. So I need to transition from this to that. I couldn't do it with aluminum. I tried my heart out with the English wheel, but I just couldn't. It's so simple. It's vertical, angled. I tried and I tried and I couldn't get anywhere with it. So I made this to try to figure it out. And I think I'm just going to take a piece of aluminum and install it here. And then I'll make this flange, bend it over, install it here, and then kind of just bend it in to try to get it, because there won't be this line here. It's going to be a smooth transition. But this thing it's got bracing underneath of it, so we're ready to do that. She's rounded because she rounds off. I built up this up here as well to attach the rounded part. It attaches with rivets all the way up there and is rounded to right there. And it kind of stops. Well, actually, I think it continues to go up there. But right there, there's going to be a hole in the bulkhead where the big bundle of wires for the overhead control panel, turbojet control panel, goes kind of like that and then disappears into the side of it. So that's my challenge. Tomorrow, I'm going to go to my aluminum people. I got a quote coming for the materials I need to build a flight deck floor. Tomorrow, I'm just going to go ahead and order it. I got the money to do it. And that's that. Really looking forward to getting started on that. Did you ever take about 2 weeks to build a replica tiller wheel for a B-36? You made the steel frame, and then you made a plastic mold so you could put the steel frame in the oven and pour fiberglass resin all around it, or just the resin, epoxy resin around it. So you come out with a perfect shape. And then a couple years later, a real one shows up on eBay. I did. This is not my replica. This is a real B-36 ground tiller wheel. Of course, this is a replica, but I hope this just, yeah. You can see it's got the B-36 part number 36 lighting or landing gear 4241 something -1. But that's it. That's a real one. It's made out of cast magnesium. It's relatively light for what it is. I mean, a pound, maybe a pound and a half. I've duplicated this exactly. I've had this laying around forever. I made this years ago, and I just started sanding on it again, and it opened up these holes. I need to put some Bondo in there. The real one is weird. It's got, or at least on the early model, it almost looks like it's made out of some kind of like fiberglass that's been like milled. It's just got these patterns in it. It's really weird. But in terms of the detail for that area, there's not a whole lot I can do, because that's pretty much that's exactly what you see in the real aircraft. I think this is covered with insulation. There's a big hole right there for access. And then there's a oxygen line that goes to like a connector, and it goes up. It's like that. And that's pretty much all there is. And these, as it says on the door, that's for spare bulbs. So I just need to make the clips and rivet them on here. In the real airplane, there is a big piece of aluminum that goes out and has a big bearing in it. It's a 402 bearing, 402 SK, and there's an upper bearing and a lower bearing. I don't know if it can't be in here, so it's got to be under the flight deck floor, but that's what stabilizes it, and you won't be able to see it, so I don't think I'm going to model that. But that's that. In case if some of you don't know what that's used for, this is how they steered the ground wheel, or the nose gear, when they were on the ground. This is the indicator for this wheel, which I built that a long time ago. I just don't have it in there so it doesn't get torn up. You'd want to have your indicator exactly in the middle, indicating perfectly forward when you landed, of course, or you'd have a really interesting landing. But that's that. I don't know if I have them, and yeah, much more to say. I made all of those. I made that data plate. They faded because of the thermal printer that I used to make them. I could make them again. I have all the proper fasteners. I have the countersink, and I have the domed heads for all of these. It looks identical to the real one. Well, most likely I'm going to go through and eliminate all these pop rivets and replace them with countersink rivets. Once I get that up, I got my air compressor ready to go, and I got an air hammer with a variable speed. So you're not going to see any of these pop rivets. I was going to leave them there as kind of like my trademark, or a symbol that this is not a real B-36, but you know what the heck. I mean, and if I go to a laser guy that can engrave this stuff, these will be indistinguishable from the real thing, and once the pop rivets are gone, this will be completely indistinguishable, because with the exception of this, I mean, this is all real equipment. So there's that. Can't really think of anything else. Oh, I created a B-36 page. I did have a personal one that I used to talk to people with, but it maxed out with 5,000 friends, so I can't have any more friends there. But if you just go on there and you search the B-36, building the last B-36, you'll find me. Just simply like my page, and I'll be putting a lot more detailed pictures and progress pictures up there, and just photographs of my artifacts and whatnot. I'd appreciate it if y'all would do that for me. It's going to be a busy month coming up building this flight deck floor. It's going to be crazy. I'll see y'all next time.